morning. I'm Janet Barrett, and I, along with Mr. Scott Magnuson, would like to welcome you to Fine Arts Festival 2000. I hope you've had some time to browse at the beautiful artwork displayed here today. Maybe you've had a chance to read some of the writing that's been presented. And once again, Mr. Magnuson and I are so very, very proud of our students. It seems as though they never fail to amaze us with what they're able to produce and what they're able to create. And we're very proud to be here this morning to honor those individuals. Mr. Magnuson, art teacher extraordinaire, and I have been looking forward to this day since January. It was in the beginning of January when Mr. Magnuson's classes were given the task of designing a logo for Fine Arts Festival 2000. And this year's winning logo was created by Miss Samantha Dodge, and you can see a larger reproduction of her logo over here on the wall. And Samantha, if you'd come forward, please, we have something special for you. First of all, we have a t-shirt that we hope she wears in good health with her logo on it. And secondly, we've had the award-winning poster framed and matted. And Mr. Mark Hearn from Creative Cuts and Framing very generously donated that framing and matting to us. So congratulations, Samantha. I have one other award that I'd like to give out, and that's called the Early Bird Award. And this is a new award this year. Probably 2 days after Fine Arts Festival 2000 was announced, I had a young man appear at the door of my office with an entry, and it was the first entry to come in. Many of the students waited and were fashionably late in turning in their entries, but this young man had his in probably 2 weeks before I saw the second entry. So Mr. Robert Dillard, would you please come forward? We're going to give Robert the Early Bird Certificate and also a t-shirt that we trust he wears in good health. Thank you, Robert. Each participant receives a certificate of merit, and we're going to be presenting those at this point in time. Mr. Magnuson and Mrs. Vardy are going to be handing them out, and I'm going to read the names. Unfortunately, I have to use the certificate to read the name because it's a problem with the eyesight, I guess. Something to do with getting older, I believe. When you hear your name called, would you please come up and receive your certificate, and we'll save our applause until all the names have been called. Thank you. Stacy Addy. Nathan Aldridge. John Anderson. Cora Armstrong. Angel Assi. Sean Baker. Terryton Baker. Andrew Beauchamp. Jason Black. Kim Bloink. Patty Blowers. Tiffany Bowen. Melissa Brandymore. Dominic Brooks. Crystal Brown. Kyra Brown. Mercedes Brown. Courtney Buckles. Ray Burgos. Alan Caldwell. Brian Carlisle. Courtney Carmichael. Kayla Carroll. Jennifer Catron. Valerie Chambers. Angela Chaptovi. Dennis Christie. Bill Clark. Mark Cogan. Christopher Collick. Aaron Collins. Don Collins. Stephanie Collins. Chris Comstock. Ashley Cortez. Jamie Crago. Adrian Cruz. Eric Christner. Kim Crocker. Stacy Dagg. Tanja Davis. Abby DeGlopper. Robert Dillard. Carrie Diller. Paul Dion. Kristen Doan. Tracy Dobbs. Samantha Dodge. Michelle Durant. Nicole Eagle. Jackie Easton. Kevin Edwards. Brad Eldridge. Deanna Elliott. Josh Esquivel. Micah Etzel. Jody Evenson. Jamie Eyre. Sean Farquhar. Wendy Farquhar. Fred Finch. Jason Finger. Tracy Fisher. Stephanie Flanagan. Alicia Forbes. Vincent Force. Stephanie Fries. Chelsea Friedland. Tony Gans. Bethany Garrett. Nicole Gino. Steve Gilmore. Ginger Gladwish. Myra Grafton. Matthew Gratton. Chris Grisnovich. Matt Grisnovich. Stephen Hall. Did I do Grisnowitz? Sorry. This is Chris and Matt Grisnowitz. I'm sorry, guys. Natalie Halley. Nicole Harshman. Amy Hart. Jennifer Hartman. John Hedberg. Mike Henderson. Julie Hepting. Richard Height. Joshua Hickmott. Stephen Homan. Julie Hunger. Joey Hunter. Janine Hutchinson. Adam Irvine. Eve Jackson. Shannon Jackson. Timothy Jacobs. Mary Kenning. Megan Kinlan. Danielle Kivel. Jessica Knapp. Megan Kraft. Robert Lacey. Troy Laudmeral. Jason Lefevre. Chad Langoff. Jenny Laturno.
Well, Jessica,
Chad
we'll get it.
and Jenny. Did somebody get hers? Stacy Lawrence. Kelly Latart. Mike Lewandowski. Cassie Livingston. Michael Locke. Taryn Malachi. Crystal Marusa. Ashley May. Chad McConnell. Pat McGeary. Andrea Miller. Brandy Miller. Chantel Miller. Donna Mills. Jason Muron. James Mitchell. Robert Manso. Jessica Monroe. Alex Naring. Thomas Navarro. Jacqueline Northrup. Marissa Odell. Sean O'Donnell. Angie Orlando. Mary Osborne. Valerie Parsons. James Patterson. Victoria Pierce. Ryan Peeling. Misty Pelk. How do you pronounce your last name? Gina Pengia. John Pennell. Amanda Perkins. Joshua File. Julia Pitlosh. Joe Provost. Sarah Raditz. Becky Rashin. Bethany Rasmussen. Justin Rao. Mike Recker. Alicia Ritchie. Sarah Rosales. Kim Rushton. Mike Rutherford. Elizabeth Rutledge. Randy Schnell. Angela Sedgwick. Samantha Seeger, thank you. Tanya Seeger. Tanya, I'm sorry, ladies. Autumn Scheimer. Jason Short. Dale Silk. Alan Sills. Cheryl Simmons. Kathy Simmons. Laura Slingerland. Brian Smith. Comes Laura. Brandy Standeffer. Tim Starosky. Katharina Stroud. Henry Sullivan. This is Tiffany Switzer. Joe Talmadge. Christina Taylor. Lisa Taylor. Nicole Taylor. David Thiel. Randall Taddy. Christine Tremblay. Hannah Valtonen. Amanda Vanderbosch. Jamie Vardy. Joe Verbecki. Chantel Warner. Melissa Watson. Cheyenne Weaver. John Weitzler. Brian Welsh. Nicholas Wick. Tiffany Willis. Heather Wilson. Lindsay Wood. And James Zimmer. All right. And those are our 197 participants in Fine Arts Festival 2000. Thank you. Now the part that the students look forward to the most. This is where we award our cash prizes. And this year, through the generous contributions of our donors, who are listed on the board on your way out, make sure you take a look at that sign, please. Through their efforts, we are able to award $50 first place prizes, $25 second place prizes, and third place recipients receive a t-shirt, which is very nice also. We're going to begin with 9th and 10th grade poetry. Our judges are members of the community. They're people who have experience in writing and judging writing. When they look at the entries, no names are attached to them. It's purely objective judging. They come back to me, and then I match the name up with the winning entries, and that's how our winners are awarded. So when you hear your name, would you please come forward and receive your award? 9th and 10th grade poetry. We had a young lady write a poem by the name of Rebirth, and that's Miss Megan Kraft, 3rd place. Congratulations, Megan. Our 2nd place winner, a young lady wrote a dedication to a book that she had read in her English class, and it's called A Dedication to the Outsiders by Eve Jackson. Our 1st place winner is Mr. Alex Nearing. Miss Alex Nearing. Why did you not write Alexandra? I apologize. Alex, come here for a moment, please. Come here. Actually, I'm the one that owes Alex a favor right now, but I'm going to see if she wouldn't be so kind as to perhaps read her poem for you. Thank you, Alex.
Okay. It's called Widow's Evening. We had an assignment in my lift class that we looked at 3 pictures, and we had to write about it. And this was a picture of an old lady. It was a painting, sitting by a book, and her hands were in a photo album of some kind. So it's called Widow's Evening. Dusk sits as the old widow rocks back and forth in a rosewood chair, serenely snoozing, dreaming about times in her youth when she used to run under cool gray clouds, thick with rain, in a field of radiant wildflowers, her small hands full of intoxicating blossoms, when in reality, her hands, still small, prop open a musty photo album, teeming with other memories as the sun finally sets.
Thank you, Alex. 11th and 12th grade poetry. Our 3rd place winner is Miss Dawn Hedberg for her creation of Train Sightings. Second place goes to Cassie Livingston and her poem, The Vine. And unfortunately, our 1st place recipient, I believe, is not with us this morning. It's Miss Andrea Miller and her poem, Civil Disobedience. Andrea, have you come in since I last looked? No, I don't believe she has. If she enters the gymnasium a little later in the program, I will definitely have her come up and read her poem for you. Fiction, 9th and 10th grade. 3rd place, Brandy Standeffer. Any place is better than here. Second place, Michael Locke, Pumpkin Story. Congratulations. And 1st place in 9th and 10th grade fiction goes to Miss Cheryl Simmons. To the music of the gods we dance. They brought their own cheering group with them. That's wonderful. And Cheryl has also graciously volunteered to read you the opening of her story. She's not going to read it in its entirety, but she'll at least give you a flavor for what it was all about.
How far do you want me to read?
You might just do that part that's got circled.
I remember when the earth was full of tranquility. There was no music, laughter did not spring forth from the waters, the wind did not sigh through the leaves, and the birds did not burst with joyful melodies. Nothing but silence. Surrounded in darkness from birth, I could see nothing. My mother perished, bringing me into this world. My father believed my lack of sight to be a curse from the gods as punishment for transgressions committed in past lives. Fearful of bringing their wrath upon our house, my father cast me into the forest and left me to die, telling the townsfolk that I had been stillborn. Had not a teller of tales been traveling through the forest, I would never have survived the night. He called me Shinbi Tenshino, which means true beauty of nature, and took me to his house. When his wanderlust once again became so strong that it broke the bonds that held him to his home, he resumed his travels, never to return. Because my eyes possessed not the gift of sight, I was unable to be of use concerning the household tasks. For this reason, I was allowed the freedom to roam the countryside from dawn until dusk. Most of my time was spent amusing myself by the edge of the great waters, playing in the sand, and hiding from my mistress. It remained this way until my 13th year.
Thank you, Cheryl. 11th and 12th grade fiction. Our third place winner is Miss Jenny Letourneau, A Walk Through the Forest. Jenny. Second place, 11th and 12th grade fiction, is awarded to Troy Lodmerall and his entry called Seek. And first place in an 11th and 12th grade fiction is awarded to Miss Stephanie Flanagan, The Story of Basque. Our Big Red students are the most fabulous volunteers in the world. You're not going to believe this, but Stephanie has also volunteered to read the opening to her story also. Thank you, Stephanie. Yeah, just the first paragraph or so, wherever you feel comfortable.
Hello, my name is Basque. I am what humans would have called a Galapagos tortoise. I'm very glad you are here. I've been waiting for you for a very long time. Sit down by the fire and I'll tell you a story. Perhaps it will make this easier.
Nonfiction, 9th and 10th grade. One of our classroom teachers was very busy taking her students to the library, and they've been working on research papers, and I was very pleased when our entries came in to find out that most of those students submitted their entries. And I think when they find out that they've won, they're going to be very happy that they took the time both to write the paper and to submit the entry also. So 9th and 10th grade nonfiction. Third place goes to Mr. Henry Sullivan and his entry called Dragonflies. Henry does not appear to be with us this morning. Second place, an entry called Deer, written by Mr. Jason Short. And 9th and 10th grade nonfiction, first place winner wrote a story called The Little Snowy Owl, and it's Mr. Robert Dillard. Congratulations, Robert. Now I know why Robert was the first to turn his entry, and he knows good stuff when he sees it. Thank you, Robert. Excellent. Nonfiction, 11th and 12th grade. Third place winner, Miss Kim Bloink. Has the American dream survived over years of oppression? Second place was a combined effort written by Miss Stacy Addy and Melissa Watson, and their booklet was called ABCs of What Toddlers Need to Know. Congratulations. First place, 11th and 12th grade nonfiction is awarded to an entry entitled Michigan and Trumbull, written by Ms. Megan Kinlan. Megan. Yeah, that's right. I know you're not going to believe it, but Megan has also volunteered to share her opening paragraph with you. Thank you.
The crowd is on their feet as the name is announced. He walked out to the field and digs into the box. The crowd is hushed in anticipation of the pitch. The manager flashes 4 fingers, telling the batter that the pitcher is going to walk him. But he thinks differently, flashing 10 fingers to the manager, betting him $10 that the pitcher would pitch to him. The pitcher winds up and throws the ball directly over the plate. Crack. The ball goes flying. The manager's looking rather tense, holds one hand close to his face, and is waving the ball out of the park with the other. But he knows the ball is long gone and begins to run around the bases. As the ball is lost among the crowd, everyone exhales a loud cheer. He pumps his arm when he sees it lost among the crowd. When he gets home, he gives every one of his teammates a high five so hard it could have taken their arms off. When the fans saw the sight, they thought to themselves, now is that moment.
Thank you, Megan. And the final category that I'm going to announce is video and audio. And our second place winner is Mr. Stephen Homan. It was a dramatic presentation. Some of you saw it over here on the video. Star Wars Episode 27, and Ever Never Hope. Congratulations, Stephen. And if my media specialist would now come forward. I've lost him somewhere in the crowd. He promised me he would stay here. We were going to play our first place entry for you. First place goes to Miss Dawn Hedberg, a song that, now this young lady wrote the lyrics, she composed the music, she sang her song, and she accompanied herself on the piano. And you've got to hear this. This is absolutely dynamite. Dawn Hedberg, first place for Crossroads.
Standing
Dawn, I apologize for the technical difficulties. I'm experiencing some myself at the moment. I won't even think about asking Dawn to sing that for you right now, a cappella. Thought did cross my mind, but I won't do that to her. But it's absolutely gorgeous. I'll put it back over on the table, and if you have an opportunity, do go over and play it. She's a very talented young lady, and we're extremely proud of her, and hate to be losing her this year also as a senior. We have a distinguished guest with us today, and I know she's taking time out of her very busy schedule to be here, and I think I'm going to ask her to come forward right now. We're going to skip around in the program a bit. This is Miss Deborah Ladensack, and Debbie, about 6 years ago, had a vision of what a fine arts festival would be like at Port Huron High School, and she ventured out on that trail 6 years ago with Mr. Scott Magnuson, and I know she's happy to be back here today and see that we're carrying on the tradition. I think Debbie maybe has a few words to say to you about Fine Arts Festival, and also last year we instated an award called the Best of Show Award. We have the Deborah Ladensack Best of Show Award that's awarded to a student in the area of writing, and a Scott Magnuson Best of Show, which we'll talk about later in the program after Mr. Magnuson's had a chance to give his awards. So Debbie, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Good morning. It's really a pleasure for me to be here for the 6th year and see all of the artists, all of the parents, all of the creative people here at Port Huron High School. You should all be very proud of yourselves. I looked around at all the artwork. You're doing a terrific job. Keep it up. I started doing a little bit of math, even though I'm an English person, and I decided that over 6 years' time, there have been at least 200 entries every year. So you are among 1,200 entries over 6 years' time. Keep it going, students. You're doing a wonderful job. I'm here not only to congratulate all of you, but also to announce the person who has been selected for Best of Show in the area of writing. So I'm going to talk about writing for a moment. I'm going to talk specifically about the genre of poetry. And when I look at poetry, read poetry, study it, I like to close my eyes after I'm finished reading it. And if it's really good, if it really hits me, when I have my eyes shut, I can see exactly what the author is talking about. So writing is like a pen is, or a paintbrush is to paper. You can paint a picture for your reader to see. It's emblazoned in your mind's eye. And that's what I saw when I read the poem that I'm going to read for you right now. Now, I know that the author and some of you artists will recognize the poem and perhaps the author, but I would like for you to try to refrain from saying "Eeha" and just listen to the poem and see the vision that it will, I'm sure, plant in your head as well. So bear with me while I read this. Widow's Evening. Dusk sits as the old widow rocks back and forth in a rosewood chair, serenely snoozing, dreaming about times in her youth when she used to run under cool gray clouds, thick with rain, in a field of radiant wildflowers. Her small hands full of intoxicating blossoms, when in reality, her hands, still small, prop open a musty photo album, teeming with other memories as the sun finally sets. Congratulations to Alex Nearing. Alex? Thank you for having me. I'll be back.
Thank you, Mrs. Ladensack, for taking time to come back and present that award. And Alex's name will be added to the Port Huron High School Fine Arts Festival Deborah Ladensack Best of Show plaque, and it will proudly be displayed in our hallway. Thank you, Alex, and thank you, Debbie. Now I'm going to turn the program over to Mr. Scott Magnuson, and Scott has a slideshow, and he's going to be presenting awards and also his Best of Show award at the end of his presentation. Thank you.
Can everyone hear me? Okay. I want to first say a real good thank you to Jan Barrett for all she's done, and I'd like everyone to give her a round of applause. I've got a few things to go through before I do the awards, so hang tight. First of all, I want to give a thank you to my setup crew. There were 5 people that were instrumental in putting everything together in one day, and that was Samantha Dodge, Natalie Holly, Autumn Scheimer, Kelly Latarte, and Ray Burgess. Can you stand up? Thank you. The art department has had a very good year this year, and I just wanted to recap on a few highlights. We had over 35 entries into Scholastics this fall, and we had 7 different awards. I'd like those people just to stand when I call their name. Samantha Dodge won a certificate in ink drawing and graphic design. Amy Hart won a certificate in watercolor. Natalie Holly won a certificate in sculpture and a gold key medal in sculpture also. And Garrett Grindle isn't here with us. He also won a gold key. Thank you. The district started a new contest at the beginning of the year, and it was sponsored by Painter's Touch. And we had the top 3 prizes this year, and I'd like those people to stand up. We had first place was Samantha Dodge. Second place was Natalie Holly. And third place was Michael Rutherford. Thank you. We were also fortunate to have over 50 pieces presented at the Beatrice Thornton this year, and they were very nice, and we had a lot of good comments on them. I also want to make a comment that we had a public showing this year for the Fine Arts Festival, and it was on Wednesday night. It was a big success. We had several parents and people from the community come out, and hopefully next year you'll remember that we do have one night that everyone can view the artwork. A few more thank yous. One thank you to Mr. Woline for our brand new display boards. If you can look at the red and gray display boards, they were bought for the school this year, and I appreciate those, and they will help in our Fine Arts Festival in the future. I also want to thank our judges for the visual arts. They were Mr. Woline, Mr. Plohoff, and Mr. Rakuski. I also want to, yeah. I also want to thank the athletic staff for the use of the gym for the week. We put them out, and especially since it's been a rainy week, we appreciate it. I also want to thank the students, especially everyone who's entered anything into this year's Fine Arts Festival. And because without you, we could not have a show. And finally, to the seniors, I want to quote a student of mine, Courtney Carmichael, who says, "Will you miss me?" And seniors, I definitely will miss every one of you. One last note, I wanted to encourage people to keep continuing to produce artwork over the summer and all next year so we can have an even bigger Fine Arts Festival. Each year it gets a little bit bigger. We had over 200 pieces of artwork entered this year. And one last thing, if you look at the white displays near the basketball hoop, those are senior portfolios. We had 3 this year: Samantha Dodge, Natalie Holly, Michael Rutherford. I want to encourage underclassmen that this is a display for you. If you're interested in displaying your work as a senior, put together a portfolio so you can display it next year. And make sure when we're all done today, I need everyone to help in the cleanup. We will be taking the artwork with you. If people aren't here, we'll take it back to the art room. If you know of a friend that needs to pick one up, they can pick it up there. But I need everyone to help with the cleanup. So now I will start with the awards. I'm going to start with Group A, which is painting, 9th and 10th grade. 3rd place, Shannon Jackson, with a work called A Walk in the Woods. Oh, you can, that's fine. Congratulations. Our 2nd place winner, Nicholas Wick for Blue Lagoon. And our 1st place, Megan Kraft for Welcome Back. Now for category B, that is painting for 11th and 12th grade. 3rd place, Fear by Chad Langoff. Congratulations. Second place, Samantha Dodge, Stella. And first place, Lindsay Hayash for Candy. We will continue with pencil and ink for 9th and 10th grade. 3rd place goes to a very beautiful picture. Amy Hart for Wartime Epidemic. Second place, Megan Kraft for Tranquility. And first place goes to Crystal Brown for Apple Study.
I know you didn't want me to enter.
We continue with pencil and ink for 11th and 12th grade. Third place goes to Hannah Valtolden for Journey.
Just killed her name.
Second place, Micah Etzel for Carnage.
They shortened the name a little.
And first place for a beautiful stipple drawing, Chad Langoff for Frozen Cabin.
Nice job. And I will keep
Victoria Pierce, would you announce your mother's waiting for her? She needs to come to the back of the room.
We have an announcement to tell you. Will Victoria Pierce go to the back of the room? Your mother is waiting for you. Okay, we will continue with photography, and this is all grades. Third place goes to Christine Tremley from Morning Cake. Second place goes to a very nice photograph called Ascotto Whitetail by Dennis Christie. In first place, Dawn of a New Millennium by Megan Kinlan. We're going into ceramic and sculpture for 9th and 10th grade. Third place goes to a group project. Cora Armstrong and Laura Slingerland for Who's Sweating Now.
Fun. Congratulations.
Second place goes to A Beaded Necklace by Sean Baker. I didn't see Sean today, so we'll go on. First place goes to Megan Kraft for Decorative Topiary. One of our largest groups is the ceramic sculpture for 11th and 12th. We almost had 40 people enter. Third place goes to Jason Lefevre for Midnight Watch. Second place, Natalie Holly for Golden Guardian. In first place, Michael Rutherford. For Yoda. Our last two categories are in the other medium, which means anything that hasn't been used so far. We've had several beautiful pieces. Make sure you get to see them. Third place for 9th and 10th grade, other medium, goes for scratch board, Stephen Holman for Garrison by Mad. Second place for 9th and 10th goes to Crystal Brown for A House in California. And this year's winner for other medium in 9th grade goes to Bethany Garrett for her turtle purse. Our last category for other medium in the 11th and 12th grade. Third place goes to Kelly Latarte for Living Picture. Second place goes to Raymond Burgess for his Steel Bird. And first place, Jason Myron for Buffalo Soldier.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Okay, I guess I'm going on to the Best of Show for visual arts this year. Very hard decision, looking at all the beautiful pieces of artwork. But this year's winner is Lindsay Hayash for Candy.
Thank you for being here, Mr. Magnuson, and I certainly appreciate you coming out this morning and helping us celebrate the creative talents of our students. And again, students, we are so proud of you. Words can't begin to express the way we feel about you. So have a good summer. Those of you that are seniors, don't forget to come back and visit us. Parents, we hope to see you back next year. And jazz band, we definitely want you back also. You've been so patient sitting over there. Maybe you can give us a few tunes as we're browsing around and heading out of here today. There are cookies left. There's